What's good with my FADEZ family? I'm back with another tutorial. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram for daily posting and booking. I hope y'all have a great day and enjoy this banger. Let's get to it. Thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all have not joined the family already, make sure y'all smash that subscribe button and join the FADEZ family. First, we're going to start off with brushing the hairs down. I usually start off with either brushing the hairs or combing the hair, depending on my client's hair texture. With him, as y'all can see, I'm brushing it down because his hair is a little curly. So brushing his hair helps straighten the hair and even it out. So when I set my first bald guideline in, it stands out. For that first bald guideline, I'm coming in with my Barber liners to set that guideline. My liners, I got them modified and sharpened by Keep Them Sharp, shout out to them. But something I've noticed is when I'm taking that line out, it's a little hard to take it out all the way. So I looked into it, and what I've noticed other barbers do is they have a pair of modified liners and then they have a pair of natural liners, and the natural liners is what they use to set their bald line in. So I'm gonna have to get some natural liners so that I can start setting my first bald guideline in with those, and then my modified ones, use those for the lineup. But right here, I'm making this part as bald as I can get it because he's getting a skin fade. So I'm just gonna clean up all this hair off his neck and off the sides, making it as clean as I can get it. Another trick that I've learned is flipping the liners over like this, and this is what helps you get as close as possible to that bald guideline, which is one of the most important parts of a haircut because it usually is the first part of a haircut that people see. Also, it is what flows into the rest of your haircut. Now I got my Andes shavers, and what I'm gonna be doing with these is get the hairs that the trimmers didn't get. Something about the shavers everybody needs to know is don't get close to that guideline because it's just gonna make it harder taking that line out when you start blending it out. On my second guideline, which is the second most important part of a haircut, I'm using my magic clippers, and as you can see if you look close, I'm flicking out as I go higher. And that really helps. I just learned this technique, but it helps with not setting in another harsh guideline that you have to take out when you put the guards on. Another thing that I'm doing as well is not digging into the hair with the blade. I'm just going straight up, keeping the clippers flat on his head. If you dig in, you're gonna end up cutting too much hair off and it's going to be bald. I'm doing the same thing on the other side as well. Nothing different. Make sure y'all keep flicking out so you don't set in a harsh guideline. Now I got my 1.5 guard on, and this is gonna be the biggest guard that I use. And what I'm doing with this is just knocking down that bulk hair. And as you can see, I'm going almost into the hair that's on the top of his head, so I could get right on the part. With the bigger guards, it's less room for air, so you could go from having the lever all the way open to all the way closed, especially when you know that this is going to be the biggest guard that you're going to be using with the haircut. You don't have to really worry about flicking out or anything like that, just because this is, like I said, the biggest guard that I'm going to be using. However, you do want to try to get that middle line to start fading out and lightening up. So going down to a 1 guard, still on my magic clips, I got the lever all the way open, and now this is when you want to start playing with the lever and adjusting it as you go. The more you go up, the more you open the lever. The more you go down, the more you close the lever. But right here, if you look close, you could see I'm just doing small strokes. I'm not going all the way up to the part anymore, and I didn't really show it, but I am using my corners, not really using the full blade, so that I don't set another guideline in. Pulling my Babyless Pro clippers out and the 0 guard, I'm going to be switching between my 0 guard and no guard with these clippers. This is something I like to do when I'm trying to make the fade more blurrier, but you want to go really slow on this step, taking your time, because it is a little bit more difficult going down to the little guards and blending. There is more room for air and messing up, but right here, I'm just cleaning up that line. I took the guard off now, and I got the blade all the way open, and how I did in the beginning with the blade flat on his head going straight up, that's what I'm doing now, but using my corners as much as possible and adjusting the lever. As I close the lever, I go lower and my strokes are smaller. Now I switch back to the 0 guard because I made a little line when I didn't have no guard on. Continue to keep cleaning it up. This is all detail work right here, so you want to use your corners for most of it, and what I'm doing right here, I'm going to be doing on the rest of the haircut, and it's not really steps that I could tell you. It's just going by eye, seeing the line disappear more and more as you put the 0 guard on or take the 0 guard off, play with the lever with no guard on, and using your corners. This is what the haircut looks like with no hair fibers. I haven't did the hairline or anything like that. It looks pretty good so far, but doing the hairline is going to make it look a lot better. This hairspray that I just sprayed on his hairline, my boy Barber Mentality, shout out to him, put me on one of the best hairsprays that I've found yet. But just like the beginning when I was brushing the hairs down, it's the same thing we're going to be doing for the hairline. And some good advice that I could give to help you cut your hairlines a lot more straighter is always start off in the middle. I switched to a comb because he has a lot of hair on the top of his head, and the brush just kept grabbing more and more hair from the top, and I didn't want that, so using the comb helps lay down the hair as well and not grab extra hair. Something I used to mess up with when I first started cutting hair was I wouldn't hit the corners all the way, making making them sharp. So what I did was I started looking at the hairlines from different angles, from the sides, from the top. I would look in the mirror, and a technique that I just learned is looking into your camera. It gives you a different perspective to see the hairline. With the razor, I don't use any shaving gels, any shaving creams, or anything like that. I just do straight razor and skin because I feel like it makes the hairline stand out more. It gives a closer cut, and it just looks cleaner to me. It is safer to use gel or cream or whatever, but if you take your time, you could do it with no shaving cream or gel or anything. And the white stuff that you guys see coming up, that is the hairspray that I sprayed on his hairline earlier. Just dried up, so relax, it's not his skin. I need y'all to show some love. If you think this haircut coming out really good, then comment, rate on a scale from 1 to 10 what you think so far. If you see something that I need to work on or fix, comment that too as well. Help me grow. I'm helping y'all grow, y'all help me grow. Now we getting into the hair fibers. Hair fibers is what makes the haircut stand out a lot more. It just darkens the hair. Right here, you guys gonna see me spray a little too much because I'm still getting used to using hair fibers and stuff. I'm new to this, and this is a new gun that I just got. It is kind of hard using the hair fibers. I'm still learning with it, but it does make the haircut look much more better. Using hair fibers, I am going to try the powdered fiber real soon once I get this liquid fiber down. I spray the whole head with it to darken the hairs. It is up to you what you prefer. It looks like I'm spraying a lot, but it's not really that much because of how far I am. Then I start brushing the fibers down just to help blend it in and take some fibers off because I did spray a little too much. Now I'm spraying hairspray again to lock in the hair fibers and blow drying it so that it can dry. Sadly, but that brings us to the end of this video. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed yet and joined the FADEZ family, please subscribe, like, comment, show your love. I appreciate it all and I see it all. We're gonna keep growing, and like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll be back with another banger soon. FADEZ gang, we out.